Molly. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. What are we going to work on today?
We're going to film an interview.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Let's get started.
I'm here with the Associate Director of Strategic Communications, Rachel Putman. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing today?
Hi, Molly. Good to be here.
Thank you. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your job and like how you got here and what made you want to work at UFIS.
Perfect.
The first question is, what did you study in school?
Yeah, so I waffled around in school, and so I started as a peace and justice major because I wanted to change the world, and then I went into literature because I really enjoyed writing, and then I ended up earning a BFA, which is a Bachelor of Fine Arts, in copper sculpture and painting. So I was well-rounded in the world of writing, communicating, and making art, which sort of led me to a job where I get to do all of that and change the world.
How did you end up at UFIS? And why did you choose it?
Yeah, so I started my career in Hot Springs, Arkansas. The publishers of the newspaper, the Democrat Gazette, and all of its sister papers are graduates of the University of North Carolina, where I went to school. And so I started at that newspaper. I met my husband, and he is a native of Fort Smith. And so when I moved up here, after about a year at that newspaper, I cold called the Fort Smith newspaper until they agreed to give me a job. And so I spent 5 years at that newspaper, and then an opening for the photographer at UAFS opened up, and I'd been on campus a lot, having covered the region for 5 years. And so when that position opened up, I just knew it would be perfect. And so I had always loved my higher ed experience. And when I got here, I knew I had made the right choice because I got to work with students and still be creative, still do writing and art, and I just loved it.
What does a typical day look like at your job?
That's one of my favorite things about the job that I have, is that every day is not the same. So some days I'm doing a lot of writing or even analyzing data. So those days I'm in my office kind of with the door shut or headphones in, just kind of getting my work done. But then a lot of days I get to be out taking photos or doing interviews, a lot like this one, and just meeting new people and experiencing all that the campus has to offer. Sometimes I think that I have one of the best jobs on campus because I get to truly know all of the great things that are happening at UAFS. And so when something really amazing happens, I get to be one of the first people to know about it. And I get to make sure that the word about all of the great things happening here gets spread out to our community and to our students, our faculty, our staff, but also all of the people in Fort Smith who support us. And sometimes I get to hear really great things we get to share nationally and internationally. So that's really fun.
Awesome. What are your biggest challenges that you face with this job?
Sure. So as a communicator, I handle all of the great things, which is my favorite part of the job, of course. But I also handle a lot of the negative criticism. I have a philosophy that anyone who is saying negative things about UAFS probably has the best intentions with bringing those concerns to light. So I've given some national presentations on parody accounts. I think it's really important to work with accounts that are dedicated to bringing to light things students don't feel comfortable saying directly to administration or their faculty or their staff. And so it's really difficult to hear that an institution you love is maybe not performing in the best way or not supporting students in the best way, or that there are individuals who have hurt feelings. That's really hard. I am very empathetic to students and I love this university, so hearing that things aren't going well is really difficult. But on the bright side, I get to be someone who can advocate for those students and bring those things to light and help them see that they do have a voice and we are listening. So it's kind of twofold. It hurts to read things that are negative, but it's good that we have someone who can do something about it.
Yes. And last question is, what is your favorite thing about the job?
Oh, did I already answer that by accident? Yeah, I love being the bearer of good news. I love getting to talk about all of the exciting things that are happening here. And I really love working with my students. I love that I get to work with creative people who have great ideas, who love this university, but who also have different ideas than I do. I love challenging students to get outside of their comfort zones and do some things that are new to them. But also hearing, I love your big ideas, and you and Taylor and Drika have all come up with big ideas, and I just love hearing those ideas that are different than what I've had and unique and special to just you. So yeah, you're my favorite part, Molly.
Well, thank you so much for this interview.
You're welcome.
Great.
Yay!